Hi, my tubies, my TikToker, SheilaTruelove here with you. Tired. Today I'm very tired for some reason. I don't know. I'm kind of wiped out. Right now we're going to talk about how sex is very sacred. Yeah, sex is something spiritual, it's sacred, and it's very, very special. You see my eyes look tired? It was a long day today at the office, but you know how I do. I have to come back here and get on the grind. Let's talk about how sex is very sacred. Let me share some clips with you, and then I'll come back with my commentary. Here we go.
That illusion of, oh, I can do it at the bachelor party and it means nothing. And then I can go and be happily married in this relationship. It's like, that's in your consciousness. And it taints your relationship. And that idea of sex being this, like, it's just for pleasure, it means nothing. That's complete nonsense. That's a massive sacred exchange of energy. That's
sacred, man. Sex is sacred, man. Dating doesn't mean we're married. Like, if there's no covenant, if there's no protection, sex is dangerous because of how intimate it is. We're talking about intimacy, right? When you're dating, I feel like if you're having sex because of the sacredness and the importance and the value that God has on sex, I feel like you can be blinded by the sex, and you miss out on the deep conversations. You miss out on possible red flags that could be discovered if you are blinded by the beauty of sex. Because it's still beautiful outside of marriage, but it's dangerous outside of marriage. So I just wanted to just throw that out there. Sex is really sacred, so keep that in mind when you're dating.
A lot of hate for.
The truth about sex that most people don't want to accept is that this is a sacred energetic exchange, meaning every time two people have sex, traumas, self-destructive thought patterns, and any mental hardships or negative energy can and will be transferred to the other person when having sex. Now, the sex industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and what they don't want you to know is that the more you release your sexual energy, the weaker you become, and also the less life energy you have within your body, and the more animalistic your tendencies will be because you're acting out of the 3 lower energy centers or chakras. And because we know energy is not created or destroyed, when you abstain from releasing that sexual energy, it will rise up back into you. Our ancestors knew the energetic power of sex. This is why it's considered sacred in so many ancient cultures, and it's only in today's time that it's been monopolized and abused. Oh yeah, by the way, a little secret for you, 99% of relationships today are not actually having sex, they're just using each other for masturbation. Real sex is magical, healing, and about procreation, not about pleasure. Hookup culture and casual sex are destroying us individually and collectively as a society. Now, I've worked with a lot of renowned meditation masters and spiritual teachers, and I can tell you that abstaining and maintaining celibate discipline is one of the most powerful techniques that you can do to become more spiritually aware. I'm on a mission to align more people with the divine energy within them. If you want to learn more, sex that most people don't want.
Sex is Sacred Part 5, sharing DNA with your partner and your most precious resource, your energy. Ladies, listen up. When you have sex, the DNA of your partner stays in your body and it affects your future offspring. Direct from my favorite organization, Planned Parenthood, DNA stays in your body from viruses and bacteria. So imagine the DNA and bacteria that is staying in your system from your partner himself. Not only do we carry their DNA around, we carry their energy in our chakras, and it blocks us from our success. So it's important to be incredibly picky with those who you decide to sleep with. Honestly, if you can't imagine marrying that person, don't do it. And if you know you're carrying around some nasty, funky energy and DNA, it's time to learn to detox. Comment, I'm in.
Hate for if you say it out loud.
Sex is a sacred energy exchange, and it should be treated as such. There's nothing empowering about hookup culture, actually quite the opposite. It's disempowering and it's objectifying.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
I do not think we're supposed to be having sex the way we do, because sex is so powerful. You legit bring another soul into this universe. That mean we not really supposed to be just doing it casually, bro, with this person, and that person, bro, because it's so powerful. It's a big energy transfer. You ever have sex and you feel so drained after? But we just do it so casually for fun. Apps, social media, not really supposed to be seeing this amount of men and women in a day, bro. Unless we going out. That's the fun thing, going out, seeing people. Men see attractive women and women see attractive men daily. That's how it go. Like a picture, slide in DMs. That's why relationships don't work, man. Because it's so easy to cheat and you have access to so many people and so many different things. What a society we live in, y'all. What a society.
Very active energy, and people don't recognize how sacred sex is. They tend to think it's just something that you do when you come of age and it's enjoyable and it's for having children. It's a lot more than that. And so we have lost Western civilization. I always refer to it as they have lost the true meaning of what the sexual union is. It is a sacred union between the masculine and the feminine principle in order for both to achieve levels of spiritual enlightenment. So that has now been removed. That's a knowledge that has been removed. So we're just basically just operating. People don't.
Yeah, I have always felt that sex was something that is very special and something sacred and something very spiritual. When you think about orgasms, I mean, it don't get no more spiritual and as intense as that. And then when you think about when you're exchanging body energy, you know, men, they have their little hole in their eggplant. Women, you know, they enter the woman, and you are exchanging these people's energy. Like if you was laying up with, let's say, sex workers and one sex worker after another, each of these sex workers pretty much, they have something wrong with them anyway to be out there selling their bodies like that. Something's not right. So they don't have a very healthy energy, and you are ingesting and taking that energy in you. Then you're moving on to some other female. You got that energy in you, or this woman. She's moving on from man to man to man to man, all these different energies. Then you wonder why you're suffering from depression. You're going from one mood swing to another mood swing, and you're acting out of your character. You have all of these different soul ties. You're making all these soul ties with all these different people, and it's just understandable why you have so many people who are acting crazy and not acting their normal selves. I mean, why would you be having sex with someone who you wouldn't want your child? Would you want your son to grow up to be like this man you're having sex with? And for the men, would you want your daughter to grow up to be like this woman that you whipping out your eggplant with? If you wouldn't want your child to be like this person, you shouldn't be laying up with them. And for all these men who have these high body counts, nah, come on, nah, that's a walking demon right there. He got all these different soul ties, all these different spirits up in him. He's going through mood swings and acting all crazy. And the same thing when it comes to women. People have got to take this more serious. Yes, sex is very, very sacred and very spiritual. The next time you have an orgasm, tell me that that's not spiritual, an out-of-body experience. Got you trembling and toes curling, acting like, oh my God. That's something very special, and you don't share something like that with just any and everybody. Anyway, that's it for now.